reading the sequel to Powerless in this video. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I am filming this intro on Tuesday, June 25th, 1 week before Reckless comes out. I am so excited. In all honesty, I only read this book a couple months ago, but I loved it and I'm so happy I didn't have to wait that long for the sequel, and I am so ready for it right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening.
I only read this book so far. We do have a tiny little novella I can read to hold me over until we get Reckless next week. It's next week. I am so excited. But, okay. I hope y'all read it already, and if you haven't, go pick it up right now. You're gonna love it. But I am keeping this spoiler free, so don't worry if you haven't read it yet and you're waiting on it. Anyways, to start this video, we're gonna be reading the little novella, Powerful, about one of the side characters in Powerless, and we're just gonna get her point of view on some of the events, and it follows that same storyline. First of all, this is a hardback book. It is teeny tiny baby book, and it's also only like 200 pages long. I haven't been this excited about a book release since Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, because I've really only been into reading the last year, or the last 6 months, I should say. So if you're a new reader like me, or you've been reading for a long time, please join me on this journey. I am so excited to dive into this book and get all giddy about it, and then get all giddy about Reckless. And I will have a spoiler section at the very end of this video for anybody who wants that, okay? Thanks, Miss Lauren Roberts. I'm so excited to read this, and I can't believe your new book is coming out in a week. Let's get some reading done. I'm so happy to be back in this world. I love it. This book has me Googling as much as the first one. It's so cute. I wasn't expecting this. I love it. I'm only 60 pages in, and I'm not gonna handle the ending of this book well. I can already tell y'all that much. Also, I want to add, you can tell that Lauren Roberts is just a much more experienced writer in this book. I don't know when she started this one compared to when she started Powerless, but I know she was really young when she started Powerless, and you can tell there's just an upgrading in her writing abilities and like usage of words. It's way more poetic this time, and I'm loving every second of it. Yeah, okay. I look ridiculous. I am so unwell. I don't think I've cried that hard at a book in who knows how long. The heck, Lauren Roberts, why did you do that? Look, I knew this book would make me sad. I thought I would be fine though. But I've just been over here sobbing. Why did you make this? Why did you write this? Why?
Why did you do that?
Anymore. I've pulled myself together now so I can talk about this book. Sorry about the mental breakdown I just had. I can't think about it too much or I'll have another one. I don't want to give any spoilers for the world of Powerless if you don't already love it. Again, we'll have a little spoiler section at the end of this video so we can all have a fun powwow there. I knew this book was probably going to be a little bit heartbreaking. I knew that going in. But the reason it was heartbreaking didn't really get me in Powerless. I don't know why. But for the last, I don't know how many pages of this book, I was sobbing. Sobbing. Not like tears running down, like sobbing. It was an interesting way to start my morning for sure. This has made me even more excited for Reckless. I feel like we're gonna get to connect with some of the characters we had in this book for the first time in Reckless, hopefully, which is just so exciting. I cannot wait for that. But as of right now, it is only, what time is it? 9:49 on a Thursday. So I still have 4 more days until Reckless comes out. I'm just gonna disassociate till then, honestly. That's my plan, is just to sit in a corner, disassociate, sleep until it comes out. I feel like that's a good plan. Who needs to live in a world without Reckless for any longer? Not me. She is an intoxicating sort of exhausting, like running until you've lost your breath, but enjoying the feeling all the while. And I feel as though I've been sprinting for days. The love story in this book is just, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna act like a normal person for 4 days, find some other books to distract myself, and I'll meet back up with y'all when we're going to pick up Reckless, not Powerless. When we're going to pick up Reckless. 4 days. 4 days. Characters poised and realms anew, their destinies intertwined, their stories true. With every word, a journey begins through landscapes vast where courage wins. From shadows deeps to peaks so high, where dreams take flight beneath the sky. Oh, Reckless, with your promise grand, in your pages we'll traverse the land. Adventure calls with each turn of the page, in realms where wonder and excitement engage. Here's to the book that lights our fire, to Lauren Roberts our hearts inspire. In Reckless we find joy and delight, a tale to cherish day and night. Thank you, ChatGPT, for that. Real fast, apologies. I have really bad allergies right now. She's here, she's here, she's here, she's here. Oh, my babies, they're finally together. They look so pretty. Oh, that gold. What the heck? I mean, this is a phenomenal color scheme. Are you kidding me? I love it. I think this one is shorter. Oh, this one is way shorter than Powerless. Bummer. Okay. I don't have much time to read right now, but I pre-ordered this morning for in-store pickup, but they had plenty still on the shelf, but I just wanted to make sure since I wouldn't be able to get it till my lunch break. I still have time to read the prologue, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I can't believe I'm holding this book. It feels so good. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get some reading done, okay? Back at it again with the cute little dagger. The Powerless trilogy. Before I say anything else, this is an arrow, not a dagger. I don't know how I messed that up so bad earlier. I am 10 chapters in now, and this is everything I wanted. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but this is that, and I am so happy reading this book. There is just a joy to getting to read this book and be in this world that I don't find in a lot of other books. I've had quite a few 5-star books this year, but this one's just, it's extra special. It's got that fun YA experience on it. I'm getting a lot of Divergent vibes right now, which I'm loving. Loving. Again, we're just going back to some good early 2010s dystopian plots, and I will never complain about that. I'll never complain. The tension we are getting from the characters in this book, so good. We're getting to explore more of the world in this book. We're getting to see so much already. And again, I'm only 70 pages in. This is, I'm so flippin' happy, y'all. Okay, first thing, the prologue of this book, I feel like they're gonna explain it to me later, but what the heck was that last sentence and what does that mean? Does that mean what I think it means? Because, my heart can't handle that. Oh, there are already so many good lines in this book. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of the plot that we're going to get into in this book, and I love it. We're getting to see some other sides of Kit in this book, which are just, oh, I love it. I won't spoil anything, but I cannot wait to see more of him. His character is fascinating to me, and I love it. Peyton and Kai are basically keeping their same character points that we've known for a while in this book, so they're very similar, very easy to read. We don't have anything in Kit's point of view, but the little we're getting of him is so good, y'all. It's so good. And I'm just so happy. I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm only 70 pages in, and I will come back with more updates when I've read more. I'm in such a good mood. I'm in such a good mood. I can't really hear myself because my ears are clogged though, so I sound really weird.
What just happened? Oh. Lord Roberts. Lord Roberts. You mastermind. You utter mastermind. I'm gonna have to use every single tab I own on this book because everything is great. No, that needs tabbed. That needs tabbed. I will be revisiting this page. I need a minute. Oh my gosh. There's still a lot of intense stuff to read, so we're back. Wow. Wow. I'm not even halfway through yet. I have tabbed so many freaking pages on here. Probably at least 20 already. The plot twists that have been in this book already have been great. And again, we're not even halfway through. I just made it to page 160, chapter... at the beginning of chapter 22. And this book has been honestly everything and more than I wanted it to be. So I'm thriving right now. I'm just a wee bit tired. I'm losing focus. So I'm gonna head to bed and I will read more of this tomorrow morning. Hopefully finish it up tomorrow night because it is just so good and I want to know what happens. Let's have a chat. Y'all are too close to me. What are you doing? Hello? I am way more than halfway through right now. I only have about 100 pages left. This book is everything. I know I've already said that, but like I just need to really hone in the point that this book is everything. I love it. Look at all the tabs. It's proof. Well, that was a lot of words. Okay, good news, allergies gone. Great news, this book has all the right vibes. If you like Dance of Thieves, you're gonna love this book. You're gonna eat it right up. It is just the tension, the vibes, the enemies to lovers, the enemies slash lovers. It's all going so well. I love it. I don't know exactly what I was expecting from this book, but this wasn't it. I like it a whole lot, and it's probably better than anything I could imagine because I'm a horrible writer. This is why I read. I don't write. No, not for me. Not my talent. I'm really sad knowing I'm probably finishing this book tonight because I've loved it so much. I wish there was so much more of it. But I did find out today we're getting the last book in this series called Fearless, which I feel like we all kind of knew that was going to be the name, but they announced that either today or a couple days ago. But it'll be out April 24th, I believe, next year. So we don't have too long to wait for that, luckily. Like 8 months? No, 10 months. But still, it's really not that bad. So, gonna finish this up, then I'll wait like 10 months and it'll be great. Just a reminder, if you haven't read the Powerless series yet, you should, because it is so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah, that's really all I have to update you on. I will probably be back with y'all once I get this finished up. I don't want this to be over. It's so good. Like, I want to know what happens, but I don't want it to be over. It's quite the dilemma. Let's get some reading done. Ah! 9 pages. Okay. What is happening? What is going on? Oh, this is gonna be... I am so scared to finish this page right now. You can't. Epilogue? No! What? What is going on? Oh! Okay, there's an extra little scene in the back of this exclusion edition, but what was that? I need someone to explain some things to me. But so what? There are a lot of things I thought could happen at the end of this book, but the one that just happened at the end of this book's not the one I thought could happen. At all. Ever. Didn't think that was a thing. But it is. And What the heck, Lauren Roberts? What? I am so confused right now. I don't get the motivation. I don't know what's happening. I know Lauren will explain this in the next book, but I am confuzzled. I'm very, very confuzzled right now.
What just happened?
There are so many ways I thought this book could end. That was not one of them! I'm gonna take a second, get all my thoughts together, and then we'll have our final powwow, okay? Yeah. Yeah, final powwow. I took a couple minutes. I'm still not really over it. What was that? I'm still not really over it, but it was a good book. It was a good book. I will say that. I mean, I already like the series and the characters, so we're still just gonna give this one a 5 stars because it was just the same vibes. It was great. I loved it. I had no complaints, really. I'm confused, but I have no complaints. There are some great plot twists in here. I feel like it dragged a little bit in the middle. I feel like we were going back and forth a lot, basically doing the same thing, just in different ways a few times. There was a very pointless section in here that I still don't understand why it's there. But overall, I had a great time. The characters in this, amazing. The relationships in this, stunning. The tension, the drama, the thrills, the twists, everything was great. The ending. The ending. Oh. What a great little angsty teen YA book. I loved it. I did, in fact, love it. I enjoyed it. If you like Powerless, go ahead, read this. You're gonna love it. We have a new book coming out in 10 months by her to finish up this series. Powerful is also great. And now, there they all are. They're all together. So cute. I love it. This is so good. Wow. This world has been so fun to be in, and I can't believe we have a whole nother book to get to just explore this world. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do with that book, but I'm excited about it, cause it's gonna be interesting and interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting and angsty, is what I've been trying to say, but instead I just said interesting. Multiple times. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Blown away. I loved it. I highly recommend. If you haven't started the Powerless series, go ahead, start that, and then comment down below your thoughts on that, please. And if you've already read it, please comment your thoughts on that right now because I need some people to talk to about this. Speaking of, if you have not read Powerless or Reckless and you do not want spoilers right now, go ahead, click off this video. I'm so glad y'all stuck around to watch the chaos of reading this book. And I will see y'all next time. But if you do want to stick around for spoilers, now is the time. My favorite part of filming some of these videos is doing a spoiler section. Let's dive in. So first off, they started, Lauren, genius that she is, she started this book out with an a chapter in Kai's POV, and at the end it said happy birthday, A, and I was like, why would he know Adina's birthday? Turns out they have a little sister who died when she was 4 years old, which is just tragic and heartbreaking? Yeah, that's pretty heartbreaking, but anyways, he goes and wishes her a happy birthday every year under the willow tree where they buried her, and it was so cute. But I did think he was talking about Adina, and I was very confused. Also, did she get buried anywhere? We didn't discuss that, and that kind of breaks my heart. And then afterwards, we flip over to Peyton's POV. Oh yeah, we hit the ground running in this book. So the first chapter we get in Peyton's POV, she's in her house, just chilling in her house, and then Mr. Grumpy Cop just walks up and burns the whole thing down while she's inside. I'm sorry, what? So she's just hiding in the chimney and then she has to run away. And then Kai, with the accuracy of a hawk, I don't know, a sharpshooter, flings a knife as she's jumping across buildings and cuts her leg so she can't jump across buildings anymore, which is just insane. Absolutely insane skills that I guess he has. You know, all of that happened. He didn't just bring like are they telepaths? What are they? The ones that can like control people with their minds? But he didn't just bring one of those to be able to just like hold her with mind control. That would have been easy, but no, he didn't do that. So she got away. She goes across all the scorches, really doesn't have that big of problems besides severe dehydration, almost dying, and never sleeping. Maybe she did have a few problems, but she made it across while Kai was chasing after her the whole time on his little horse, Giddy Up. Speaking of Giddy Up, every time that man says darling in the book, I hear it like that. I hear darling. So apparently this is a country fantasy world now in my head. Don't know how that happened, but apparently the only way I hear darling is in a southern accent. So sorry, Lord Roberts, it's a cowboy fantasy. Oh, can somebody write a cowboy fantasy? That would be great. So that's the beginning part of the book, and then we get into this new area called Door after she makes it across the scorches. And so to get money in the scorches, Peyton decides, this is the part that gets me. Peyton decides to join a fighting ring. Makes sense, right? Except then she's like, dang, I gotta think of the fake name. She comes up with Shadow. I'm sorry, Shadow. And then Kai ends up finding her there after this little ordinary that he didn't kill in the first book leads him to the fighting ring, and also like, traitor, what the heck is wrong with her? But she leads him straight to Peyton, and Peyton's just fighting in the ring, pretending to be a little boy. A small boy, a small man. She's pretending to be a small man fighting. And Kai over here is like, nah, I know who that is. And then he goes up and he's like, hey Shadow, you up for another fight? And Peyton's like, oh, shoot. So Peyton's panicking, and she's like, how do I slip out of here? But Kai's like, nah babes, I got you in my sights and I ain't letting you go now because you slippery little goose. Slippery, slippery, slippery little goose. So then the guy asks Raphael, the fight ring owner, is like, what's your name? And he's like, Flame. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's the flame to my shadow. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. That is not a saying I've ever heard in my life. Luckily, we never brought it up again because it's really dumb. But that's the only thing that I found really dumb in this book, so round of applause. So they end up sneaking out before their fight, and then they go to a rooftop, and then I think it's page 96, is it? Let me just check for facts here. I'm sorry, 94. On page 94, they kiss out of hatred. That was this reaction. Lost my ever-loving mind, wasn't expecting that. Why would you do that? He's literally trying to kill you, but okay. So they're up on this roof and she's making this little deal. She's like, look, if I win, you just let me go and disappear. And if you win, I come with you peacefully. We all know she was never gonna do that. And we all know Kai was never gonna let her go peacefully. That's not how this was gonna work, but they both agree to it. Liars, they're both liars. So then while they're fighting, they both expose each other's faces because she's got a giant bounty on her head this whole time, which is insane. Giant bounty. Don't know how it made it across the scorches that fast, but it did. And then people also just hate Kai because they don't like elites there, but they're willing to just send over an ordinary for them to kill, which is strange, but okay. Just traitors, but whatever. So after this fight, Kai kinda wins. They basically tie. But anyways, he takes her, they go into, oh yeah, they just go crash in this little inn for the night. And so, you know, we get quite a bit of the one bed trope in this book, so. Give it to me. Give me the one bed trope. Very much enjoyed that. But they go to this little inn, nothing really happens. She takes the bed like the queen she is. But then anyways, they go back into the desert on their little horses. Also, Pony? Peyton has a fear of ponies. She's like, no, I'll just walk through it again on my hurt leg instead of riding a horse. And so she's just limping along while everybody else is riding their little horses. Finally, Kai's like, girl, we can't be doing this anymore. So she just like gets hoisted onto a horse. Anyways, of course she tries to escape a few times, and then her friends show up. They rescue her and then lose her in like 2 seconds. So really, what was the point of them? Because then her and Kai are now kidnapped and chained together by the ringleader, Raphael. He's back. He was going to return both of them to try to get a bigger price, and both of them were like, well, this is the worst situation. So they escape that. They almost die, almost drown. Peyton doesn't know how to swim. She gets out of the water, could have let Kai drown, lived her little happy life all by herself, but she didn't do that. She magically learns how to swim, swims down, picks up this 6-foot something man, and hoists him back up through the grate. I don't know, I didn't know she was that strong, apparently she is. Oh yeah, they kissed in the sewers. There's a lot of kissing in this book. They didn't kiss at all in the first one, but there was a lot more kissing in this book when they were pretending to hate each other. They never hated each other. Never. Not for a second. They killed each other's dads, so what a weird relationship. Gosh, so then we go through the sewers, we go through a bunch of other stuff. Kai tricks her into having an ankle attached to both of their legs, which is very Dance of Thieves-esque. So we get that whole fun adventure plot point. And that's how they stay the rest of the way back to Ilya, where we end the book. But there's a lot of stuff in between there. There's a lot of really cute moments. It's just cute. He was talking about his little sister here, and Peyton was like, what did you want her to be like? And he says, I wanted her to be formidable, recklessly bold, powerful despite ability. He's such a little charmer. I love him. I don't think I would still love him if he killed my dad, but you know, whatever, Peyton. That's fine. Fantasy worlds are wild, yo. But anyways, they go through all of this. They have a bunch of cute moments out there. And then they're just chilling in the woods, and they could finally confess their love to each other as they're in this poppy field outside of the castle. Kai is helping her through all these panic attacks and all her anxieties, and it's so sweet. And then she's marched into the castle right after Kai was like, I'm gonna let you go now, but then guards found them right before she could get away to safety. So they both have to just act normal, and they march into the castle, and she's like, I'm about to die. And Kai's like, she's about to die. And they march right in, and then she's kneeling on the ground, and Kit's talking. Yeah, we've been getting Kit's point of view every once in a while. Wasn't very important for most of this book, but now it's really important. Kit starts monologuing. He's talking to Kai. He's being a little accusatory about Kai and Hayden's relationship. And then he's like, here's your sentence for being a traitor and betraying me and killing my father. You gotta marry me now. And everyone went, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean, Kit? What? That doesn't make sense. You're supposed to kill the ordinaries. But no, Kit is going to marry her. Kit is making her her bride. And Kai's just standing there like, guys? Say psych right now. Say psych right now. Kit, in fact, does not say psych right now, and that's where we end up. And I really don't know how to feel about this next book. I don't know what's about to happen. Kit's gone a little crazy. Kind of scares me. Honestly, this is way scarier than Kit just being an awful human being. Like, this is weird. It's a little weird, but overall, 5-star book. Really loved it. I think Peyton learned how to swim and ride horses in this book, so winning. She got new skills. Add that to her stat sheets. I think that's the full summary of the book. That was a wild ride and a really wild note to end on. So, okay, yeah, chill. That's cool. It's all fine. I'm gonna go sit in a corner, stare into oblivion for a while, process everything I just read, come off of this giant book high because I've been looking forward to this book since I read Powerless, which hasn't been too long, but like, I don't, what's gonna compare to that right now? Nothing. So I'm just gonna sit and stare in a corner for a while I process all that. That's the official end to the video. If y'all like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. I had so much fun reacting to this book, going to pick up this book, hanging out, reading all the fun Powerless stories, and we will be back in April of 2025 to finish this trilogy off. But before then, there's gonna be a lot more videos, so stick around. Hope to see y'all in the comments. Love to chit chat. Tell me all your thoughts and opinions. I love to hear them. All that being said, bye y'all.